Hello everyone, so I started my channel 1 year ago and I've been using Cantonese to review watches. But then for these particular watches, I feel that I should make a video in English so that I can reach a wider audience and more people can know about these watches. So what's so special about these watches? You can see the brand is called Double Rhomb, alright, Double Rhomb. I'm pretty sure that not many of you have heard of these watches before. Actually, they were made by Beijing Watch Factory, and Beijing Watch Factory was established in 1958, and then in 1975 there were a series of watches made using some other names. So that's why this one is Double Rhomb. Okay, so let's look at the dimensions. The diameter is around 36 mm and the thickness is around 10 mm. And what about the lug space? Let's have a look. Around 18 mm. So this is not a very big watch. Of course, this watch was probably made 40 to 50 years ago, so it's pretty old. But you can see this is actually new old stock. So the watch is new. Of course, the strap is not the original strap, but the watch, the case, the movement, the hands, the dial, and all the rest, they are actually new. You can see that there is a mechanical hand winding movement inside, and there is no hacking function. Okay, but I don't mind too much because this is such a vintage piece, and I don't really mind. This watch doesn't have a sapphire crystal, but it has an acrylic crystal, which adds to the vintage charm of the watch. So let's turn over the watch and look at the case back. There is no see-through case back. There is some kind of medallion in the middle, and you can also find the name of the watch factory and also the brand here as well. So we have Beijing 手錶廠, which means Beijing Watch Factory, and also 双菱牌, which means Double Rhomb. Okay, so well, the case back is not very complicated, but it's quite simple and quite nice. And now go back to the dial. You can see we have applied indices, so this watch is quite well made. And you put it on my 7-inch wrist. This watch is just right, I have to say. Especially now that we have the trend of wearing smaller watches. So this watch is so appropriate, I have to say. And I really like the fact that on the dial it says Peking, China instead of Beijing, China. So the use of the word Peking suggests that, number one, this watch is probably quite old. And number two, perhaps at that time, this watch was actually produced and exported to countries overseas like the UK, the US, and so on and so forth. So that's why we can find the word Peking on the dial. And it's very interesting. The dial says Peking, but when you turn over the back, you can see the name of the watch factory is Beijing. So this is a very nice detail I want to point out. So what about the caliber? You can see probably is a Chinese-made caliber, and it's very nice. You can see that there is some kind of sunburst effect on the wheels, on the ratchet wheel, and there's some kind of brushing as well on the plate. Wow, I can stare at this caliber for hours. It's simple, industrial, but it has some kind of, charm, and you just can't take your eyes off the caliber. So once again, you can have a look at the dials of these two watches. They are not very complicated, but they are very alluring, I have to say. Okay, so what about lume? Any lume? Oh yes, we do have some lume, you can see. Yeah, the hands and some lume on the indices as well, as you can see. Okay. This watch is so nice that I've already got one in my collection. So you may ask, so how much are these watches? Are they gonna be very expensive? Well, actually, no. Each watch only costs a few hundred Hong Kong dollars and no more than $70 US, so it's really a bargain. If you are in Hong Kong, then you can go to this tiny shop in Mongkok and have a look. So make sure that you tell the owner, Mr. Orr, that you have watched the channel or watched this video, and then he will give you an amazing discount. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye bye.